Welcome back, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? So, I am working on the American Farmlands map. I'm still not really sure what to do with the snow on the other map yet, so I'm not sure what I'm doing in that series. I don't know if I'm going to restart it without that mod in or what, but... Anyway, we had 5 fields to get done over here, so we're working on picking rocks up in this one, and then I will roll this, and then I think we've got 2 more fields to do after that. But I might go ahead and sow these ones. We are still in March. We're still on March 1st. So I'm not really sure what we're going to put in yet, because it's kind of one of those things where it's like, what do we really have, you know? I did get the greenhouse started yesterday, off camera, because I just was thinking maybe I should do that. And you can see, I've said this before, this map, I tweaked the ground deformation settings quite a bit, so you can see how much more you're sinking into the ground on this map. Now the tractor's not so much. It's not the weight of the tractor that's the biggest issue here. It's the rock collector. As it gets full, it's causing more deformation to the thing. I'm not too worried about it, because when we go over it, we can go over it with a cultivator, or we can go over it with the roller, which we're gonna do the roller. It'll roll that out. It'll look fine once we're done. So as you can see, some of the trees are starting to green up a little bit. The grass is starting to turn a little bit greener. It's 60 degrees. It's not, you know, it's not spring yet, but it's awful close. Now, overall, my plan for this map, or this game anyway, this session, I haven't 100% decided. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. I meant to hit that one. I haven't 100% decided where I'm going with it yet, and so, you know, it's kind of one of those things. I tend to just kind of do things as I go and see where it goes, you know. So I hope everyone's doing okay. We got Thanksgiving coming right up here. In fact, this is Thanksgiving Eve that I'm recording this on. You guys won't see it probably till... I haven't decided if I'm going to post it tomorrow or on Friday. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, and then we can do something else for Friday. I was thinking, I was kind of contemplating doing something with maybe doing a YouTube live on Thanksgiving Day, if there's time. It's just going to depend, because it would be in the evening anyway. So, but it's just going to depend on what's going on family wise and everything here. You know, I got family kind of coming over and like that. We've got a lot going on, but in the evening I don't think I have anything, so it might be a good time to do it. We'll try to do it. I don't know if we can do it. That's the thing. I just don't know. I'm not 100% convinced that my network here is going to be strong enough to do it. That's the big holdout for me right now. But anyway, we are just plugging along, doing our thing. So I've said to people multiple times now, you know, people would ask me, you know, what did you do different with it, you know? There's quite a lot of things different from this map. This is the creator's edition of the map, so this quite a bit different in here than in what the original map was. And the original map is still on the itch page as well. So it's asylummodding.itch.io. So if you just want to play the original version, it's still up there. And I'm not taking it down. It'll always be there for people who want to play that. Oh, come on, you can do it. But a lot of the things that are different really now are, we've got differences in the layout. The bottom half of the map specifically, there's some changes to the fields down there. There's some new sell points around the map. There's quite a few new productions, and if you have the Highlands Fishing DLC, I did use some of the productions that are placeables out of that DLC on this version of the map. So from that aspect, you know, you may find that you want to play it just to see what's different, or you may not want to play it at all because you might be like, nah, I don't like the Highlands thing, I don't want those other things in there, whatever. And that's cool. Whatever is right for you. But the map is set up with the intention of mimicking the area where I was living at the time that I built it, which was South Carolina. And so it's a lot like a lot of the rural areas there. It does have the ability to, oh wait, there's a spring and a summer planting time, not summer, spring and fall planting for wheat and barley. Some of the other items on the crop calendar have changed, so there's tweaks in there. There are some additional things in there, but I didn't. So one of the things I really wanted to do was I wanted to get alfalfa in here, but there's something going on with the base map that I built this on, and it's not allowing that. So as of right now, it still doesn't have that on it. I am working on putting together a new base map that I'm going to use for a 4X project. That's slightly similar to this. I mean, it will be similar. It won't be a realistic map like oh my gosh, it's not going to be, you know, Kentucky, or it's not going to be, you know, it's not, that's, I don't build maps like that. I build them kind of out of my head from things that are similar to things I've seen over the years. I've lived in a lot of farming areas, a lot of rural areas most of my life. I was even involved in pea harvesting and carrot harvesting and a few of those things when I was in high school. So nowadays, because I'm not working in that industry, but I still really enjoy kind of recreating a lot of the agricultural stuff from around me. Here we got a lot of wheat and soy, where I'm currently living. When I was in South Carolina, we had wheat, we had corn, there was some soy. Tobacco was a big thing for a while. Cotton was a big thing for a while. Well, cotton still is a big thing there, but so living in different places, I've seen kind of different things. Peas are big in South Carolina too. I don't know why. And when I grew up out west, I grew up in Washington State, so peas are a big part of the economy out there in Southwest Washington. They have canneries and subsidized farms and all kinds of stuff going on out there. And well, they did. It's been a few years. I assume they still do. So that's kind of my knowledge comes from those areas, and so Yeah, I could go into the Google and find a place and do a whole thing, but I just kind of don't. It's not my thing. I like to just kind of create the farm in the way that I think it should be. You know, what feels right to me. And maybe that's why I don't have as many people knocking down the door for my maps as say some of the bigger names. But you know, I don't know. I like what I've built, and I'm gonna just keep doing them the way I do them. I hope you guys like them that way as well. I feel like you do. There's quite a few people coming around lately talking to me about them. Seems like we've gained a few followers here. And speaking of that, though, if you could just do me a favor and hit that like button. Maybe subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the channel with your friends. That'd be great. Any comment you might want to throw on there would be wonderful. I'd love to see what you guys have to say, what you think about things as far as the map goes and whatever else. In the meantime, we're just going to keep on keeping on. There's a deer in our field. I feel like he's going to try to eat our seed once we put it down. What should we do about this? There's not much you can do about it. It's not like you can hunt them in this game, so. But I feel like it would be cool if you could. I still really love the idea of the doing the slaughterhouses and stuff. Not necessarily from a meat packing perspective, you know. It's not that I just want to kill stuff. Although, I mean, if you're gonna eat it, you got to kill it, right? So it's kind of the way it works. But it's not necessarily that I want to do that. It's just, I think from a realism standpoint, it would be nice to have some of that kind of stuff in the game. And I know there's some things, and a lot of that's never going to happen because of the Peggy 3 rating. That's okay. Our modders usually do a pretty good job of taking care of that stuff anyway, right? So, and I say our modders because I very much am a map maker. I'm not a mod maker. I do some mods, but they're basic mods, and they're not nearly as in depth as some of the big modders will build you, right? So from that perspective, you know, I leave it to them to do the big stuff, and I'll do the stuff that I need for my maps, and that's about it. It's like the buildings in here. All of the shops that are on the main farm all three of those shops are made by Icus. And if you're not familiar with Icus and the buildings he does, go over to uh-oh. Oh, crap, I ran out of fuel. Shoot, I knew I needed to do something. So how am I going to get fuel out here? Huh, I'm going to have to get a fuel cart. Okay, let's see if we can get one. Anyway, I went, I love his buildings, and I went to him and I said, hey, do you mind if I use your buildings on a map? And he said, go for it. And I said, that's really cool. So I always tell people, you know, go over to the mod hub and check out what he's got going on over there, because his stuff is just incredible. I really like his stuff. What is happening here? Tanker, 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 tanker. But I want a fuel truck. No, that's a barrel. That's wide. Sorry. But yeah, all that stuff's on the mod hub, so go check it out. I have the. What is this one? That is 3750. And it is also 3750. Same price. I don't know what's different about it. Let's see if there's options on this one or something. No, just color. Huh. I wonder if it's got opening doors. I think it has opening doors and stuff, though. If it's the same price, I think we're going to go ahead and go ahead and get it. We're gonna get it in red so we know it's fuel. We do have fuel up at the farm, so we just need to go and get some fuel. In it. We gotta go get it though. That's the thing. We'll have to go down to shop. Let's see. I can't believe I ran out of gas. Or diesel. It's diesel. I'm sorry. It is diesel. We all know it's diesel. Every one of us in this chat right now, or in this, watching this video right now, knows it's diesel. We got a pick 'em up truck. I think we'll pull that back. Ooh, look what we got right here. Oh, this is your one tip right here, guys. That's your freebie for the night. Go ahead across the creek here. It's a little bumpy, but not too bad, not too bad. So I'm not really sure what to do on with Finlog yet, because we got like 100 centimeters of snow on that map the last episode I was working on. And I went in and I plowed it, and I'm sure you've seen the plow video or the snowblower video and all that I posted. But if you haven't, it's on the channel. I just don't know what to do with it. I mean, we're just into December, and we got a whole winter to go through yet, and I'm afraid that we're not going to get rid of that snow. And I don't know what chores we're going to have that we can do or anything on that at this point. We can't even do contracts right now. Everything's under, 100 centimeters of snow. However much that is, I have no idea. So if you have any ideas, let me know what you think. I was thinking, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking. I really don't know what to do with it. I'm like, maybe I should just restart the gameplay on that and take that real weather mod out. I've never seen it do that, but apparently blizzards are a thing on that mod now, and I didn't realize that until it happened. I knew there was some other things like crop fires and things that happen in there now, but I was like, what's happening with all this snow? I had no idea. It caught me very off guard. So, but again, let me know what you think. If you feel like, yeah, we should just start again, that's cool. Oh gosh, this guy just like stopped. What the heck? It wasn't that close, dude. Well, there's something new I've noticed with the setting my shifting to manual. I like to shift. I like to be able to shift forward and back manually, right? So instead of depending on the brake pedal to do it, because I just don't love the way that feels. So I've set my game up to do that, and usually it's pretty good, but this particular version of this last update, it's doing some weird stuff where every now and again you have to get out of a vehicle and get back in it to get it to shift. And I don't know why. I just don't know why. It's odd. They never used to do that. Okay, this is the part where I determined that it's not going to fit on the hitch, right? Because I got the wrong kind of hitch. I don't even have a trailer hitch. What the heck? What kind of truck doesn't have a trailer hitch? Alright, you know what? We're gonna... Tell you what's going to happen to this truck. It's my cell trigger. I know there's one out here somewhere. Maybe there's not. I thought there was. Ah, it's in there. I forgot. That's right. Okay. I forgot I put it inside the barn. Alright, let's see this young lady here. We'd like to sell this truck. Will you give us something for it? Alright, let's look at the offer. What will you give me for it? That's not what I wanted. Go back. So, let's see. She says 20 grand. We'll take 20 grand for it. Oh, now it's a guy. What the heck just happened? She must have walked away. Freaked out about that. Now, what do? We need something to get us back to the farm. So we'll go in here. Oh, she's out here now. That's where she's at. Ah, that's why she ran out here. Okay, so let's go up here and look and see what we can find for a truck. That's the wrong kind of truck. We need a car truck, don't we? Hello. Depending on what we can find. There's one thing I wish they would do more of in the game. I wish they would come out with some more branded trucks, you know, Chevys and Fords and that kind of stuff. We've got, I mean, yeah, we've got a few now, but nothing like I'd like to see. You know, let's see what's going on with this. Because we can put a bunch of different beds on this. I don't know what's happening different. I don't see anything different, do you? Tires are different. That's about it. That's a long chassis. Pitch style, standard. Tow hitch. Very low. We'll go with that one. Yeah, we could do that. I know we're going to spend money we don't really have, but whatever. We'll take out a little bit of loan if we have to. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm going to take that off. Okay, interior setup. See, this is one of the things I don't really understand why they do this. So we have these interior options, right? But we can't really see them. So how are we supposed to really know? We don't even know. We don't know what we're getting when we do that, right? It's kind of weird, if you ask me. I don't really like those wheels. Let's see, where's the wheels? Oh, that's right, it's part of the chassis. Oh, that would work. That looks good. Yeah. Okay, so the truck is only 18 grand. That's not bad. And then we're gonna have to get a bed to go on it, which we will do. But we gotta go back here. Let's see. Combinations. Oh, big decisions, big decisions. Do we want to put a grain body on it? Use it in the field? Or do we want to put... We could just put a regular pickup bed on it, buy other beds as we see fit. We could do... I don't know, maybe we just do a grain bed. Because then we could use it for grain, and then... Oh, we got the wrong chassis for these ones, and these are all short. That's long. That one's short, that one's short. Yeah, let's go with this one. Let's see. That's kind of boring, but whatever. I think this one we should just do black right here on these ends. Yes. No. There we go. No, that's too dark. I don't like that. It's too dark. We'll go with that. All right, so if we did this right, hopefully this will give us a truck that we can use on the farm, and with any luck, one we can tow that fuel trailer back with. No, because we can't reach the hitch now. Dang it. Maybe we can if we're just not, maybe we're not in the right spot. Right, that's what's going to happen, you know. We're not going to be able to get it back to the... No, see, they hit just too high now. Oh, gosh, this is just killing me. This is just killing me. I guess I need a little truck to... Let's see. We got a little truck in here that we can... I wonder if we could pull it with, like, a side-by-side or something. Because I really don't want to spend a huge amount of money on... Let's see. Snowplow. No need down the other map. Let's see. Is there a hitch on this? Yes, there is. We had one of these at the beginning and we got rid of it. Remember that? Oh, don't get me started. Don't even get me started. Do you not want to... Well, no, I don't want a snowplow on it. Doesn't need it. We'll all the fuel back with this. Not that I think it's going to be a great idea. I think it's not going to be big enough to really haul that trailer well, but we're going to do it anyway because... What do you think? Think we could do it? Alright. We'll come back and get that truck in a few minutes. First things first, we need to get some fuel in our tractor. It's starting to, the sun's starting to go down on us, so what we might do is take this back and get the tractor fueled up and then call it a night and go into morning and see what morning brings us. Maybe we can, whoops, go back to work in the morning. And a fun little buggy. This is the new Can-Am ATV that we just got with the DLC. If you want the Can-Ams, but to me it sounds a little bit like a motorboat more than an ATV. And I was like, maybe they were confused. They were working on boats and they got the sound a little bit off. I don't know. Toggle light. No, that's that light. It's, don't know. Looks like we got a light up on top of the Thunder Creek trailer. I don't know if that's... But I think this is the one that actually has some functions to it. From the outside of it, like when you're out of the vehicle. There was some reason I downloaded it, and I don't remember exactly why now, but I think it was something like that. It was a totally unnecessary purchase. This wouldn't have even needed to be a thing if I had just watched the fuel gauge. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to have it. started getting those stones collected, so we've got some in there, so we can sell those down to the cement factory. There's a couple other places in town too now that we can sell stone, so you know, there's potential good things there. I feel like there's something that should open here. No? Maybe not. I just feel like there's something. Why did I download this one if it doesn't do anything extra? Tension belt. Why would there be a tension belt? Oh, look at this. Look at this. We do have a light on there. Look at that. Let's see. Full tipper on full tipper fashion. Unload here. Lower side walls. Let's see if that does something. No, that's something totally different. I don't know. For the life of me, I don't know why I downloaded it. There must have been a reason behind it, but I don't know what it was. Don't take a minute to fill this. I think what we'll do is we'll get about 350, 400 gallon in here, and we'll take it over and put it in the tractor to get it started, and then we'll bring it back and park it, and maybe we can fill it up so we have it ready for next time. Although hopefully there won't be a next time. I don't know. I think I leased this trailer too, so probably we won't keep a lot in it, now that I think about it, because if I leased it, I'm going to probably send it back anyway. Try to pay better attention to my fuel consumption. Oh, come on, we gotta get there. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I tell you, it's heavy, and if you don't have the power to get where you need to be, you're gonna be in trouble on this map. How did that happen? I swear I ran over here, jumped in this one. There we go. Refuel. I can't do that. It wants me to start the engine, but I know I can't. Okay. Maybe I'm not close enough. Potentially. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Could be able to peel off this thing. I just don't know. Maybe I picked the wrong one. Now this is a bummer. Just pretty much as a... There we go, there we go, there we go. This should be... Oh, is it? I feel like the trigger's on the wrong side on this thing. Whatever, just gonna run over here. How can I get it to refuel? Change visual amount. Well, guys, I don't know what's happening, but... Let's see if we can get this to do it. I don't know if I can hook to it or not. I think there's a... I think it's the wrong kind of hitch, but we'll try it. This is just yet another one of those silly things that happens here. See, I feel like it would have to be on this side because of where the light's at, right? So can't get it to refuel. Not really sure why. It's weird. Well, let's hold the light up. Oops, we're in the wrong tractor. This is crazy. It's not giving me, I can't. Yeah, it's totally not giving me a way to, fuel it. Huh. This is very strange. So what do we do? I guess what I'm gonna have to do is just cheat a little gas into it because I don't know what else to do. Alright, well there's let's do this. Let's get this guy off the field. We're gonna I hate doing that because I just feel like, but that thing is not working. I don't know why. It could be it could be something to do with that particular mod just not working. I don't know. I'll have to check. But for now, we're just going to put it over here. We're going to go get our rock picker and we're going to go back to work. Try to finish this up before we call it a night here. So, this particular tractor, you may be asking, where the heck did this come from? It wasn't on the farm. It's true. I sold the little small John Deere that we started with because it was just not enough to do. It wasn't strong enough to do much of anything. And with the added deformation, it just makes it really hard to get around the fields or anything with it. So I just decided it was, well, we were gonna let that one go, you know. And bought this one in its place. This is a let's see, what is this? It's an 8650. And you know, it's an older tractor, but it was a good deal, and we got it for about the same price we sold the other one for. So I was like, well, you know, that works. Wrong lane, buddy. Alright, once again, we're back to work after yet another crazy circumstance. But, you know, that's what happens. That's what happens. We're gonna have to do something soon to recover some money because everything's been so weird. We've been just burning through money. I gotta go get that truck at some point too, but I don't need it until harvest, so it's okay sitting down. I probably shouldn't even bought it yet, but I just figured we'd kill two birds with one stone, and then, well, the stone ricocheted back and hit me in the forehead, so. The stone we're putting in the silo over on the other side of the yard. I'll show you where it's at when we get this full. It's gonna be just about full here, so go over there in just a sec. Alright, here's 96%, so I'll go ahead and head up there and I'll show you what we're dealing with up there. Can't see where I'm going. What the heck is happening here? Alright, this is fine. We'll go up across the grass. So up here on the hill, we've got this little silo right here, and it'll hold seed, it'll hold fertilizer, and it holds stone. And the reason for the stone is simply because, as you will eventually see, I made a small placeable facility that I can take the stone and put in and turn it into lime. I know it's not completely realistic that you would just throw stone in there and come out with lime, but you know, it was something I did a while back because I wanted to have the ability to make lime to make the cost of running the farm a little cheaper. It was actually one of the first mods I put together after 25 started. Because I was like, we need a bunch of little small productions. Now, little did I know at the time that they had already had a whole bunch of little small productions in the game, but I'm trying to make them a little more realistic, should we say? Not realistic as much as like function, but how they look. They just wanted them to look a little better. They were just plain, you know. So I was, let's do something so it looks a little better. And the other option is if the price of stone is decent at some point, we can sell some of that stone. Probably at, like I said before, I think the concrete factory, right now we don't own that, so all we would do is sell there. If you, does have the production on it, so if you bought it, you could produce concrete bags and sell those. I know some of the buildables need that stuff too, so I don't have any buildables set in the map to start out with, but if you were going to put something down, that, like a farmhouse or something, and you were going to build it with the buildable system, you know, you'd need access to some of that stuff without having to buy it. I know some people choose to just buy it from the warehouse, the big warehouse, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of, if I was going to, although I don't know, if I was building a new house, I might just buy this stuff. Who knows? But the resources are available in the game, so why not use what we have? You know? I don't know. One of these days we're gonna do that. We're gonna put a buildable farmhouse or something down, you know. But I just so far haven't actually done that in one of my maps because I feel like it forces the player to have to build the farmhouse, and I'm just not about forcing people to do anything. And the way I play and the way you play may be totally different, you know, and I don't want to force you to have to do something a certain way just because that's the way I do it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's just the way I am. Missed the mark there by a mile, didn't I? Good Lord. Alright, so guys, do me a favor. When you get some time, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think we should do about Finlock. If we should start that all over again, a little different way. Maybe take some of those more realistic mods out. The weather one, I think for sure, I think needs to come out of that one because, or at least I need to turn the blizzard stuff off before we do that again, because that was just, that wasn't good. And we're not set up to have, like, we don't have, like, greenhouses and all that stuff yet, so there's, on that map, I just didn't have anything prepared, really. So I'm feeling like maybe it'd be better just to start that map again, set it up with two-day seasons, and just start over. I know for some people that's probably like a whole thing, like, why would you do that? But I don't know. I feel like we're kind of in a rut now because of that with the gameplay, and I don't know how to advance it without just running a bunch of time through, and I hate doing that. Alright, so comments on the train, or my comment to you guys on the train that you keep hearing in the background. There's not a train on this map. The train that you're hearing is part of a new mod called, I think it's called Critters. And if you listen, see if we can hear him. You can hear a bunch of different animal sounds that weren't in the original sound file. And the reason for that is they're in that Critters mod. It's available on the mod hub, so I just figured I'd try it out, see how it was. It's kind of cool. It's supposed to have like fireflies or lightning bugs and stuff in it. It's supposed to also have like cicadas and some of those kind of sounds, which are real common for us here in the States. It might be different for people who are not from here. Like if you were, say, in the UK or something, I don't know what sounds you'd have there. But I felt like it was a good fit for this part of the world anyway, so I was like, let's try it, see what happens. But I didn't know the train was in there. I keep hearing that train, but only since I put that file in, so I know it's from that file. Anyway, I'll give it some thought tonight and kind of decide what I'm going to do come tomorrow. If I decide to restart that series, then maybe what we'll do is yeah, maybe I'll start it tomorrow or Friday so we can get the first episode out for the weekend. And it might give me a chance to do a few things different than what I did in it originally, which might actually be a good thing, so... I don't know. You guys gotta tell me too, do you like the more realistic mods? Like the animals and the vehicle repair and all the different things that are in it. Do you find that, like, find that appealing? I'm very much a more realistic player. I like to play with more realistic mods because that's the way I like to play. I like to play kind of like let me rephrase that. I try to play more realistically. As you can see, not everything always works the way it's supposed to work for me, so anyway. leave me a comment and let me know while you're at it. Maybe you could just hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're trying really hard to get to 1,000. At 1,000, we get some benefits unlocked, so that would be kind of cool. We still need a whole lot of watch time to get to monetization, but we don't care about that. That's I'm not worried about that part right now. But share the videos if you know somebody who would like the channel, the kind of silly gameplay that ends up happening here. The realistic turned into a nightmare gameplay that happens here all the time. I would appreciate that. And looks like we're gonna have this field knocked out. I think we'll get through the night and then kind of see where the things are at for the next episode. So again, as always, guys, I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I know that my method of gameplay is sometimes really weird. Don't mean it to be. It just happens. I swear to God, it's not planned. It just gets nutty sometimes. But anyway, I do appreciate y'all, and I hope you'll come back and hang out some more. Feel free to ask any questions or leave any comments, or like I said, if you don't like the video, you're more than welcome to not like the video. Put a thumbs down on there. That interaction still helps the channel, so I'm perfectly fine with anybody that wants to do that. And we'll be here. So we'll see you next time around. Again, thanks for coming out. You guys have a great night. Enjoy your Thanksgiving if you're celebrating it, and we will see you on the other side.